Hello everyone. Today I will teach Standard 8, one very important chapter from English language, that is conjunction. So conjunction is a part of English language which you all already did in your previous classes, but definitely here we will do some more details of conjunction. So what is conjunction? That we all know. Conjunctions are used to join clauses, phrases and words together for constructing sentences. That is the major use of conjunctions. It comes to join two clauses, two phrases or two words. So here you understand it makes a link between or among words or group of words to other parts of sentences. That is the function. By joining, it make a connection. As it joins two clauses, it makes connection of one clause with another clause or one phrase with another phrase. So in a simple way, we can say conjunctions are used to join clauses, phrases and words. So if we see the example, we all know this type of examples. Like you see Alex and Robin are playing together. You see I highlighted the conjunctions. Alex and Robin. So two words have been joined with a conjunction and. Alex plays well, but Robin plays better than him. Here you see, Alex plays well is one clause, Robin plays better than him is another clause, which have been joined by a conjunction, but I play cricket and Robin plays football. Here also you see how two clauses have been joined with a conjunction. When he was sick, I went to see him. Here also two clauses are there and joined by the conjunction when. So this is the basic concept of conjunction. Now, we will see the classification of conjunction. This is very important to understand: coordinating conjunction, correlative conjunctions, subordinating conjunctions. So, these are three kinds of conjunctions. So, let's begin with coordinating conjunction. This is very important to understand. So, listen very carefully. What is the job or what is the function of coordinating conjunction? The job of a coordinating conjunction is to join two independent clauses which are parallel in structure or equal rank sentences. That means when two independent clauses come, that means independent clause means one clause is not dependent on another. Both are equal rank. That's why I wrote parallel or equal rank. Means we cannot say one clause is depending on another. Both are equal rank sentence. So when that means that is independent clause, both are independent clause. That means one is not depending on another. When this type of clauses are joined by conjunction, that conjunction is called coordinating conjunction. So what is the function of coordinating conjunctions? It joins two equal rank clauses or two independent clauses. Now here we have to do some more division, that is the division of coordinating conjunction. Kind of coordinating conjunction. What are they? You see, first we are coming with cumulative conjunction. What is this cumulative conjunction? Cumulative conjunction, it is a part of coordinating conjunction, adds one statement to another. Means two general statement, not a comparison, not opposition, not contrast, not like that. General statement. Cumulative conjunctions join to general statement. Okay, like examples and as well as these are. Alice cooked the dinner and Peter tidied the house. So, next sentence. Next sentence is, she is both clever and beautiful. Then Tom as well as John passed the test. They not only looted the shop but also set it on fire. So here what we have to understand, two statements are there. Alice cooked dinner. One statement. Peter tidied the house. That means arranged the house. Tidied meaning is arranged. That means two separate statements, which is not a comparison, not contrast, not any reason, not like that. Just statement. Try to understand. When joined by conjunction, that is cumulative coordinating conjunction. Okay, these are the example. Adversative. Adversative conjunction expresses opposition or contrast. See, this is not two general statements are joined. That happens in cumulative. Here what happens? When two clauses suppose coming, but one is the, in these two clauses, showing maybe contrast or showing maybe opposition. How? Let's see this example, you will understand. The rope was thin. One statement. It was strong. Now you see both the statements are opposing each other. That means opposing or contrasting. That means the rope was thin, it was strong. Means thin it is, but it is strong. So it is opposition or contrast. So that is called adversative. So but is a adversative conjunction which shows contrast. He is rich, one statement. He is unhappy. Means even after being rich, he is unhappy. So again, it is showing contrast. And the conjunction still is a adversative conjunctions. There are more examples. There was little chance of success. One statement. They decided to go ahead. Nevertheless is also a adversative which shows the contrast. You see, there was little chance. Though there was little chance, still they decided. So in a way, nevertheless also showing contrast between these two clause. Coming to alternative conjunction. What is alternative conjunction? Which presents two alternatives. That means sometimes indicating a choice between them. That means what, you know, either this or that. That is called alternative. Either this or that. Neither this nor that. That is called alternative conjunction, where it is showing the choice. It is showing the choice between them. Okay. So see the example. You can have coffee or tea. You must either obey my instruction or quit. I will neither obey your instructions nor quit. So it's showing choice. Okay, coming to elative. Elative conjunction. Elative conjunction is what? Conjunctions which express an inference. Inference, you know, inference is a type of reason which shows reason, are called elative. Example for so. If I read the examples, you will understand it in better way. He works hard. Okay. He will win. Join with so. So it's showing reason. It's showing in inference. Okay. He works hard. So he will. Why he will? Because he works hard. So is a conjunction which is called elative. Elative coordinating conjunction. Okay. So is showing the inference or reason. Similar way, next one. They must have gone out for nobody answers the phone. They must have gone out for nobody. They must have gone out. Okay, one statement. Nobody answers the phone. Why nobody answers the phone? They must have gone out. So for is showing the inference or reason. So this is called elative conjunction. So till this much, I'll not make long videos. Next, I'm coming with correlative conjunction in my next video. Thank you.